Hello, this is Reverend J.L. Franklin, President of the Southwest Louisiana Community Coalition for Action. Once again, I want to thank you. I'm getting calls, a lot of emails, and some who, of course, know the number, but there are many others who want to join our organization, the Southwest Louisiana Community Coalition for Action. And many of you have texted me to find out how can you become a freedom fighter. The number you can call to become a member of our organization, 337-215-5353. Let me give that number to you again, 337-215-5353. We'd love to have you to be a member of our organization, the Southwest Louisiana Community Coalition for Action. Thank you again for all of what we've received by you, the warm comments and reviews. Listen, this week, this report is really a very interesting report because, as you may or may not know, here in Southwest Louisiana, we're getting ready for elections. That's right, elections for 2019 and, of course, 2020. I have to tell you, very, very important elections that are coming up. We want you to be involved. You know, I was just sort of reminiscing for a moment as we will talk about the governor's race. First of all, I'm reminded of a few governors I had the privilege of meeting. One, of course, very fond of, who served this state, four-term governor, Governor Edwin Edwards. And of course, I've had the privilege to be a part, served on a committee, a commission that he appointed me to many years ago. And then, of course, on a sad note, but yet a great note, that I was given the opportunity. They contacted me because through a mutual friend who wanted me to come and visit him when, of course, he was at the Oakdale Federal Correction, and had a warm time with him, had a great time with him. That's a Governor Edwin Edwards, and there's nobody like him in terms of a smooth. He is a, you can say, a jubilant kind of politician, and he knows his way around the block, certainly knows Louisiana politics. So it's a joy to have known and to know Governor Edwin Edwards. Also, I want to talk about former Governor Kathleen Babineau-Blanco. Had a great experience with her. I was, again, given the opportunity to serve in her transition team. That's right, Governor Kathleen Blanco. I served on the educational transition team for her, had numerous opportunities, and went, of course, gone to the governor's mansion. Listen, you've heard about it, I'm sure, in the news by now that she has a terminal illness, and our prayers are with Governor Blanco. It's unfortunate, but we do know that God knows all things, and that at the end, God, at the beginning and the end, God does have. He has not only the last word, he has the first word. So we do want to let the Blanco family know, Coach Raymond, who's her husband, that we are we're praying for Governor Blanco. Now, this governor's race. Let's talk about the governor's race. Met and the privilege of meeting our present governor, Governor John Bell Edwards. And of course, this race is, so far, there are two other candidates in the race, and they're both Republicans. Right now, that Governor Edwards is the only Democrat in the race. And so those election dates, I want you to make a note of the election dates for the governor's race here in the state of Louisiana, which of course is going to be October the 12th. That's the general election. And then of course the primary election will be on November the 16th. Now we have all of the other state races that are going to take place. The lieutenant governor, right now we have Republican Billy Nungesser, and then all of the other state elected officials, the races that are running, such as Secretary of State, the State Attorney General, and they're all Republicans, of course, the State Treasurer, John Schroeder, the Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry, and then, of course, the Commissioner of Insurance. Now, there are, and here's where I'm going today, there are a lot of big races this year, such as state representative. And for us, I must admit that it's District 34. Currently, as you know, and those who are listening and watching us from all over the state, and of course the nation, our state representative, District 34, currently is the Honorable Mr. A.B. Franklin. I like that name, Franklin. But, you know, he's termed out, he can't run. And here's the interesting thing for the state of Louisiana. There were 55 state legislators that cannot run. Their terms are up this year in the state of Louisiana. Over 55 of them. And so it's going to be, certainly, it's going to be an interesting race. Now, I have heard of a few people who will be running for that seat, District 34. So let me tell you, it is going to be an interesting and perhaps exciting race indeed. And then, of course, we have here in the state of Louisiana, we have police jury. And of course, in other places, other states, of course, remember, we're parish, and in other places we're the only parish in the nation. Of course, you have counties outside of Louisiana, of course, but we have 15 police jury members that are up. In other places, they're called commissioners. And so they do the same function as what you would do for the county. We do the same thing here for our parish. And so we have 15 seats that are up. Again, it's really going to be an interesting race. Now, that's the race for 2019. That's this year. But next year is really going to be an interesting race and interesting races, because we have some judge races. We have the Third Circuit Court of Appeals, and Judge Gene Thibodeau done a great job. And not only has he done a great job as a judge, but no doubt has been the chief judge for the Third Circuit Court of Appeals, which is an honor. But he's also been, the president. He launched several charter schools, so he's done a tremendous job. But of course, he's going to be termed out in the sense of age. And to my understanding, of course, he will not be running. So that seat is going to be up, I believe, in 2020. But we want to give Judge Gene Thibodeau a shout out, because he's done a tremendous job, not just here in our parish, but he's done a tremendous job. And if he was running, you can rest assured he would win, because he's done a tremendous work, making a difference in the lives on the education side and certainly in the judicial aspect. Done a tremendous job. Now, there are both in the 14 JDC, we have 2 local judges also that they're termed out. Not so termed out, but their term will expire next year, 12/31/2020. And that is, of course, wonderful people, Judge Ron Ware and Judge Sharon Wilson. So those races are going to be a lot of interesting things are going to take place. We have the city court judges along with the city marshal. All of this is taking place next year, of course, in 2020. But you can rest assured, people are, as a good politician does, they're putting their boots on and they're strapping up and they're campaigning. You can rest assured. But our prayers are with this process. Now, the Bible says these words, that when the righteous are in authority, the people will rejoice. When the wicked are in authority, the people will mourn. Now, we will also have one of the Louisiana U.S. Senators election race, and that senator is Bill Cassidy. Senator Bill Cassidy, who holds that seat at present. That seat will come available, of course, next year also, November 2020. The other senator from Louisiana, who is Senator John Kennedy, his term will end in 2022. But there is another race, and I want you to tune in very quickly, and you can come closely, because I just want to, those of you who are viewing this video, we have a DA race that's coming next year also. And DA John DeRozier will be running. His term, of course, will end the very first of 2021. Now, you can rest assured that probably will be an interesting race. You know, I've often said also that there are two people who are probably the most powerful people in your parish. No doubt it's your sheriff, but also one of the most powerful people in our parish and in any parish in the state of Louisiana is your DA. You can rest assured about that. That race, of course, is going to be, his term will end on the 1st of 2021. Then we have the Lake Charles Mayor's race, the mayoral race, and of course the city council races that will take place 2021, which is 6/30/2021. All of the Calcasieu Parish school board members, their races are going to be up in 2022. So, but let me just say something as we wrap up this process of these thoughts. I want to reassure you, listen, in all of these elections, you know, let's not make these elections what I call a popularity contest. It's not about how well you know this person, but what this person will do for our people. You know, it's time out. I see a lot of white politicians, and I've wrestled with this thought. Many of them, what they do is that they dance with us before the election, and then when the election is over, they cut the music off. And so we have to be very firm about elected officials, whether they're white or black, you know, especially even us as a race of people. We want not just put them in office because they're popular, but you put them in the office because of what they're going to do. Listen, there's a lot of work going on in Baton Rouge. There's a lot of work, you know, right here in Calcasieu Parish, you know, at the police jury, at the city council, you know, and so we need people in office who are going to represent us, who's not afraid to stand up for what is right. We don't need people who are going to just go along to get along. And in the reality, we get nothing. So I really want to encourage us that if we're those who are running for office, those of us who will be voting for those who run for the office, let's make a change, a difference, because we want to see real change take place here in our parish. Listen, again, if you want to be a member, it's easy. You want to be a member of the Southwest Louisiana Community Coalition for Action, let me give you the number of the call. You can call us again, 337-215-5353. We're building a community of justice for all. We'll look forward to you. If you want to be a freedom fighter, come and be a part of this effort. Have a great week. God bless you.